Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, Marlon. We're back at it again with another edition of the show today. We definitely do have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to discuss. I know a lot of PlayStation fans, I'm bracing myself. They're going to be very upset. There's a lot of stuff that's going on Twitter right now. There's just a lot of things. Things that were said about the PS5 that ain't true, and people backtracking. People thought that I was crazy. People coming to me and apologizing, but it's okay though. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely okay because at the end of the day, like I said before, I'm always transparent about things, and I'm not sitting here and saying that, oh, I'm perfect or anything. None of us are. But at the end of the day, there's some things that I've said in the past that I felt like a lot of people didn't believe. And, oh, he's crazy. Oh, he don't know anything. And then when it actually comes out, they're like, oh, wow. Oh, okay. But at the same time, now everything is out there. Obviously, Sony likes to get the bad stuff out the way via blog posts instead of, I guess, having it in a presentation or whatever. Because they already know how people can be and the backlash that they will get. But at least get all the bad stuff out the way, and then let's just show off the stuff that we got to show off and everything. Let's try to make everybody as happy as possible. But what people have to understand is this, that PlayStation, Sony, is a business, right? A business. And a business is going to do what it's going to do to survive. You see what I'm saying? So regardless of how some people feel, regardless of how some people look at things, that is just the reality, right? So it's just, it really baffles my brain when people sit there and be like, oh, why is this happening? Or why is that happening? Come on. I know the statement that Jim Ryan made. Oh, we believe in generations, right? And that's like a complete 180 to what's happening today. But we have a lot of PlayStation news to go over today. So if you don't have anything else better to do with your time by being here, well, that's good because you're going to hear an earful today. OK, so make sure you guys turn me up a little bit. Do me a favor. Make sure you guys hit the like button because I need everybody to hear what I'm going to be saying today. All right, let me turn my phone off because I don't need no distractions for the next 2+ hours because we're here to work. So I'm just going to be honest with you guys and upfront with you guys about everything. OK, and this is a situation where I said this. OK, if God of War Ragnarok or God of War is cross generation, a lot of people was going to be pissed when it came out that Horizon was going to be cross generation. A lot of people was pissed, right? A lot of people was getting upset and they're like, oh, why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we understand that a lot of people have a PS5. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have it. You know what I'm saying? You have a select few people that are just like in the middle, like, you know what? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of those type of people, like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? As long as people got to understand this, a lot of these titles that are cross generation for PS5 and for PS4, the PS5 is the lead SKU. I keep telling people this. God of War is going to be fine. Horizon is going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cross-generation titles are going to be fine. I think what's hurting a lot of people is that what's the whole point of buying a PlayStation 5? And it's like, okay, well, I guess you don't care about ray tracing. You don't care about higher resolution. You don't care about frame rate, right? You don't care about the features of the DualSense. You don't care about 3D audio, right? You don't care about the I/O throughput. You don't care about the smaller file sizes. There's so many other things that I can throw into the mix, right? That for some people, they're like, well, Marlon, I don't give a doggone about that. Generally speaking, I don't care, which I completely understand from that perspective. Like, you don't care about those features, then that's fine. Then keep your PlayStation 4. And I saw this coming way before all this announcement happened. I saw this coming. So it's like, I guess some people don't do their homework and realize that, okay, we're 6 months into the life cycle of the PlayStation 5, right? Or going on 7 months now. And that's what happens every generation. That's what happens. You're going to get a whole bunch of cross-generation titles. Why is people acting foreign? Why is people acting like they didn't saw this coming? I'm not understanding people, right? You saw Jim Ryan come out and said that, hey, they're going to support PS4 for the next 2 or 3 years. Don't you think that there's a possibility that these bigger AAA titles that are developed for supposedly for PS5 is going to be on PS4? Don't you understand that PlayStation and Sony is a business and they have to do whatever they have to do to impress investors and also existing PlayStation fans that own PlayStation 4s? Listen, it's hard to get a PlayStation 5 right now. Not everybody has a PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people like saying that I don't want one right now. With all this cross-generation stuff, I don't want one. So you have a lot of mixed bags approach to a lot of different things, right? So it's just a lot of stuff that I'm going to really kind of go into. My man, Piotrek, cross-gen in 2022. Sony is greedy corporation. Hey, the more you understand that Sony is a business, then it will be a lot more crystal clear to you on what's actually happening here. I'm just going to keep it $150 with you. Okay. So we do have a lot of stuff to go over. And obviously we're going to be talking about God of War Ragnarok, okay, being delayed, and being a cross-generation title. Carl Gray, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome aboard. Make sure you turn on that notification bell on all. That's one of the biggest news of today is about God of War. It's trending over Twitter, just in case if you guys don't already know, okay? So we're going to talk about God of War being delayed. We're going to talk about a supposed PlayStation insider that is saying that there's jaw-dropping PlayStation 5 games that will be coming soon. So we're definitely, I had to highlight that because I think people, generally speaking, really want to see PS5 only games. And there's really not a lot of PS5 only titles right now. So I guess a lot of people are very salty, being that there's not a lot and there's more PS4. There's more games coming to PS4 than PS5, right? And one can argue, well, oh, Destruction All-Stars can run on PS4. Demon Souls could run on PS4. Miles Morales clearly can run on PS4. You know what I'm saying? Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart could run on PS4, but just not, you know, like with that quick of a transition, right? Like, there's a lot of titles that a lot of people would say, yeah, that could run on PS4. But obviously, it's not going to be a visual masterpiece. It's not going to look half as good as it does on a PlayStation 5 console. So I think the argument here is that a lot of people are saying that, well, it's pointless to buy a PS5. Now, if you are the type of person that don't necessarily care about next-gen features like I just mentioned before, then I completely understand that. But I think that this whole thing here from this PlayStation Insider about this PS5 jaw-dropping games, I think could kind of basically give people a ray of hope potentially. Now, we did hear from Hermen Hulst that there are over 25 titles that are in development for PlayStation 5. Half of them are new IPs. And so that gives us a ray of hope, at least a ray of hope that they are titles that are being developed for PlayStation 5 only, okay? Not for anything else. 25. If I remember correctly, you guys remember correctly, I've sat here and I've busted my butt, sweat my behind off, and I covered it for you guys. 25. So if that's not proof that Sony is trying their best to push PS5 as much as possible, then I don't know what is. 25, over 25 games that are currently in development right now that are for PS5. They are PS5 exclusive, and half of them are new IPs. So if that's not enough for you to get excited, you want to whine and complain about God of War, like God of War is going to be fine. God of War is going to be in good hands. hello, make sure you guys hit that like button because I need people to hear what I'm saying right now. God of War is going to be fine, regardless if it's on PS4 or not. It is going to be fine. God of War is not in serious hot water. Okay. So is Horizon. So is Gran Turismo. So is all the other titles that are cross generation. That shouldn't stop you from buying the game. You understand what I'm saying? But same thing with Xbox. You know, people on the Xbox side of things, they're whining and complaining about Halo being cross generation. There's going to be a lot of cross generation games on Xbox as well. So, oh, it's just PlayStation, Marlon. It's not good for PlayStation. Xbox too. Xbox is even worse because they have one freaking SKU across the board. PC, Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox One S, Series X, S, X, all different type of letters. You know what I'm saying? PC on Xbox too. You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't just, oh, let's single out Xbox. I wouldn't be surprised if Starfield, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Starfield is cross generation. I wouldn't be surprised if half the stuff that Microsoft show, if not all the stuff they show on stage at E3, is cross generation. So you can't just sit there and cry and whine and complain. Like, this is the reality. This is what we're actually dealing with right now. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Anyways, we're going to talk about Horizon and how Sony is actually trying to be transparent about this situation. They're actually coming out and they're saying, they're not really certain. We're going to talk about Gran Turismo 7 coming to PS4. Wow. We're also going to be talking about Sony hiring for mergers and acquisitions director. They're hiring for that. Sony Ben is working on a new IP. We're going to talk about a rumor that is actually brewing up right now about Sony acquiring Housemarque, which is interesting. And we're also going to be talking about Burnout Paradise developer on signs for a AAA next-gen project. We're going to talk about Ghostrunner for PS5 release date, and of course resolution and FPS. We're going to talk about Far Cry 6 missing a mode. We're going to talk about Nintendo E3. We're going to talk about Switch Pro pre-orders, and we're going to talk about Hermen Hulst Q&A as well. So do me a favor before we go ahead and we get started. Thank you so much, DP, for subscribing. Welcome aboard. Hit that like button, guys. Let's see if we could get 200 likes. We got over 300 people in here. We're slacking off the likes. We need as many people in here as possible when we do these shows. If you guys want me to continue to do these shows, show your support by hitting the like button. Show your support by hitting the share button. If you want us to continue to do this every single day like we've been doing it, okay? All right. So let's get right off. And let me just say this. Welcome aboard, new subs. And also, I want to say thank you to all my sponsors. Shout out to all the sponsors. I appreciate you guys for fueling the channel, for keeping the channel going. And of course, shout out to my regular viewers as well. I appreciate you guys. All right, so let's get off into the news here. In the not so good news for PlayStation fans, okay? And obviously, come on, man. I might rant a little bit here. Okay. Now you tell me, who is surprised that God of War is not coming out this year? Who is surprised? We've been saying it for the longest time that God of War Ragnarok 2021 is unrealistic. We've been saying it. Listen, we've been saying this for the longest time. Why is people looking surprised? Thank you so much, Gaming Devil. Thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. Welcome aboard. I'm about to rant. I'm about to go in. So make sure you hit the like button because I'm about to go through the microphone now. Okay. And this is what pisses me off about people in general, is that people always act surprised. They always act surprised as if like, okay, they didn't saw this coming. Or is it that you wasn't really paying attention? I am not surprised. If you are surprised, okay. we've been saying this from last year that God of War Ragnarok ain't going to be coming out in 2021. I've been saying this for the longest time, that God of War Ragnarok is not coming out. So expect Horizon or something else to fill the void, because that's not going to be the case. Take your time. God of War is a title that doesn't deserve to be rushed. It doesn't deserve to be rushed. Prankster, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate you. Welcome aboard. Hit the bell on all. This is a title that does not need to be rushed. So I saw this coming a mile away, that little teaser trailer was unrealistic with that 2021. No, you see what I'm saying? Like, this game is not coming out in 2021. Okay. A lot of diehard PlayStation fans already saw this coming. This game is going to be great, regardless of it being cross-generation. People need to stop with the madness. If you want to complain, just don't play video games at all, because it's going to be the same thing. If you want to jump ship, if you want to jump Titanic ship and go over to another platform, go over to Xbox. It's the same thing. You're going to get a bunch of cross generations. It's even worse over there at Xbox. So if you don't want to be a PlayStation fan anymore, that's fine. Be an Xbox fan. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a lot of cross generation games. Period. At the beginning of every generation, there's always going to be cross-gen games. Period. Now, Jim Ryan made it seem like, okay, anything that's developed for PlayStation 5 is only going to be for PlayStation 5. And that's it. Well, that's clearly a lie. Derek, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome aboard. I'm not sitting here, bro, and defending Sony. When Sony does something right, I'm not a fanboy, because a fanboy is going to defend every single thing. They're going to put up a defensive wall, and they'll be like, "Oh, objection. Wait a minute. Hold up." No, there's no objection. Put your finger freaking down. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Remember what Jim Ryan said? We believe in generations, right? And anything that's developed for PS5 will be for PS5. No. That is simply not the case. Did you guys remember that? I remember that. And hey, the man is deserved to be called out on that one. Because in life, all a man got is his word, whether you represent a company or not. All you got as a man is your word. And clearly that was not true. So I'm not going to sit here and defend Sony. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, when you're wrong, you're wrong. Period. And so God of War Ragnarok being delayed, not a surprise. So people need to calm down. It being cross-generation should not be a surprise. Okay? It should not be a surprise. Considering, you guys be forgetting the interviews. And how much work I've put in on this channel and talk about all these news and information. Don't y'all remember when Jim Ryan clearly state that there's going to be cross-gen games? They're going to be support in PS4 for the next 2 or 3 years. For the next 2 or 3 years. What does that tell you? They have over 100+ million gamers on PlayStation 4. You think that investors is going to tell them to alienate 100+ million? Why you think that there's a lot of third-party developers are still developing with PS4 and Xbox One in mind? It's because of that install base. It's because PS5 and Series X is hard to get. You can't even get one. So for you to sit there, oh, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon, Gran Turismo is PS5 only. That's insane. That's ludicrous. Because you're choking the potential of these titles. You're choking them when you could drive more sales by putting it cross-gen instead of making it exclusive. There's not a lot of PlayStation 5s to go around. Common sense. This thing is not really available in stores right now. Common sense. So why is everybody up in arms? Semiconductor shortage. We understand it's not even just the electronic companies. Everybody, car makers, everybody needs this semiconductor chip, right? There's not a lot of these next generation systems to go around. That's why these investors, that's why these companies are saying, hey, we're going to make these games cross generation. You guys also forgot that I covered this. It seemed like people have amnesia when it comes to things that was said before. PlayStation 5 will be the lead SKU when it comes to future cross-generation titles. You know what that means? It's the lead console. You guys don't even remember when I covered that, did you? You know what that means? It's not going to be held back. Most of you guys right now that have a PlayStation 5, for the small majority, you guys already know. You guys already know the deal, right? You guys are spoiled, right? So chances are people that own PS5 is going to buy the PS5 version because of the feature set, because of the DualSense, because of the 3D audio, because of the IO throughput, right? So why is people acting surprised? I'm not understanding. This thing is trending over Twitter and people are losing their freaking minds. Calm down. Take a chill pill. It's okay. It's okay. God of War is going to be okay. God of War is going to do insane numbers. It's okay. It's not the end of the freaking world if a title is cross-generation. There's not a lot of PS5s to go around. It's okay. Stop panicking. I don't understand. I just don't get it. Like people just, oh, it's over now. God of War is going to be garbage because it's going to be held back by PS4 hardware. Listen, me, man. Listen, people need to calm down. Calm down. Okay? Calm down. Take a chill pill and relax. God of War is going to be fine. Horizon is, look how amazing Horizon look. Listen, at the next event that we're going to be getting, I just feel like tossing my chair now. At the next event that we're going to be getting, don't you think we're going to see God of War? Don't you going to see the progression of God of War? And a lot, mark my word, today, June 2nd, a lot of y'all that is sitting here whining and complaining about the game being cross generation, when you see that game running on PlayStation 5, your jaw is going to be on the floor. You're going to be like, wait, what? That's God of War? Huh? You're going to be losing your mind. You're going to go ape crazy. You're not going to be able to control yourself. They're going to show gameplay of this game running on PS5. And y'all going to go crazy. Oh, woo. Really? But y'all sitting here crying about it being cross-gen. Like y'all don't know. Stop acting like y'all don't know the potential and the strength of Sony developers, of their team, of their studios. Stop acting like y'all don't know that Sony is king when it comes to single player narrative games. They own that market alongside Nintendo. Stop acting like they're not wizards. Stop acting like they don't perfect that genre of single player games. So why is people worried about the game being cross generation? I'm just not understanding. We know the potential of Sony. We know what they're capable of. So why is it that we're worrying? What is it? People just don't trust Sony Santa Monica? Come on, man. We already know what Sony Santa Monica is capable of. So what if it's cross-generation? It's fine. The game is going to be fine. Jaws are going to be on the floor once Sony shows off gameplay. It's going to be okay. I was already making up my mind and conditioning my mind way before all this news and information came out that, hey, you know what? April 2022 or March 2022 or February 2022 or whenever, it's going to be like the first quarter of 2021. I mean, 2022. Like, I just don't understand. I really don't get it. But let's dive into this news and information here, because this whole thing is just ludicrous to me. And it just goes to kind of show you the level of people, how they actually think. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, everything is going to be okay. After speculation and the lack of reveals since it was announced in September, Santa Monica Studios has announced that God of War Ragnarok has been delayed to 2022. In a post on Twitter, the studio said that since the release of the teaser, the game has been shifted to 2022 to remain focused on delivering. Hold up. I'm about to go in now. I told y'all I'm about to go in now. I'm about to go in now. I'm about to toss some stuff. I simply told you guys a while ago. Why are we worrying about quality? I'm not understanding. If something is cross-generation and it's not Sony and it's not Nintendo, why should we worry? You see what they said? They want to remain focused on delivering, on the delivery of top quality. That's what Sony is known for. That's what PlayStation stands for. Quality. That's what Nintendo stands for. Quality. Top quality. Microsoft, they're getting there. We'll see at E3. Why is everybody up in arms? Chill, calm down. When it comes to PlayStation Studios, when it comes to Nintendo Studios, quality, not quantity, quality. So why are we worried? I'm going to have to take some people to school today. Are we acting like we have amnesia? Why are we sitting here worried about something being cross-gen? Who cares? Who cares if it's cross-generation? We already know that when it comes to developing games for cross-generation, that the PS5 will be the lead SKU. Go look it up. Go look it up if you think I'm lying or I'm just making stuff up. A lot of y'all that call yourself PlayStation fans, this has been going on since PS1. Since quality. Over 25 years. Why is people acting strange? Why is people acting strange? Quality. Why is people acting strange? This has been going on since PS1. Why is people acting strange? We've been getting quality of games since PS1. Same thing with Nintendo since the original Nintendo console. Why is people acting strange? Not understanding. You hear what they said? They want to remain focused on delivery, a top quality game. That should let you know right there. Quality. Put that out on Twitter. Get that thing trending. Quality. I don't get it, man. Thank you so much, Jeff, for the $2. Quality. Okay? That's what you need to have in your head. Overreacting. How is it that I'm overreacting when you know I'm telling the truth? When you know I'm not smoking mirrors, when you know I'm the real deal. I'm one of the best to ever do this, and you guys already know this. Quality. Overreacting? So I'm not telling the truth? So Sony and Nintendo is not known for quality? What are they known for? What is Sony known for? What is Sony First Party Studios is known for? Quality. Quality. Not quantity. Period. So, let's move along here because clearly the sky is really falling. The sky is really, really, really falling today. So I'm going to read this again. In a post on Twitter, the studio said that since the release of the teaser, the game has been shifted to 2022 to remain focused on delivery a top quality game while maintaining the safety and well-being of our team, creative partners, and families. Wow. 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 There you go. So I don't want to see it, man. I don't want to hear people coming out and saying, "Oh, this is a big deal. Oh, this is the end of the world." No, it's not. It's not the end of the world. So calm down. It's okay. Okay? When you see God of War, whenever Sony have their next event, you guys are going to be blown away. Okay? So obviously, yeah, it's a bummer that the game is coming out in 2022, but God of War is a title that you don't want to rush. And I'm telling you, when we see the game at the next event, it's going to be mind-blowing to say the least. Oscar Wheat says, quality. There you go. Quality. Laugh out loud. Love it. Thank you so much. My man Zero Night with a $20 donation. Definitely do appreciate you. Says 100% everything you're saying today you talked about 1 year ago or less. Enjoying the show. One love. No cap. Thank you so much for the $20. Like, it's just, listen, there's a difference between somebody that's being passionate and love what they do and being a fanboy. I'm not defending Sony. I'm not being a fanboy. I'm being as transparent. I'm coming to you guys as a gamer. I'm coming to you guys as somebody that loves PlayStation, love Xbox, and love Nintendo. I'll call each company out on their BS. I already called out Jim Ryan already for his miscommunication. You understand what I'm saying? And the last thing that people really, really want is what? Bullcrap lies. People want transparency, especially when they're spending their money. You understand? I'm for the people. Forget these corporations. I'm all for the people. I'm in the trenches with you guys. Not because I'm on camera don't mean a doggone thing to me. As long as we still in the trenches together, I'm never going to be a sellout. It doesn't matter how much money they pay me to talk about something. I'm never going to be a sellout. I'm always going to keep it real with you guys. Always going to keep it real. Now, there's other channels out there that want to worship these companies and worship the ground that they walk on and be a sellout because they're getting hashtag free products. Listen to me. I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to speak the truth, and the truth will set you freaking free. Now, check this out. And this is another little piece of information. So the PlayStation blog also has a Q&A with Hermen Hulst, which states that for God of War, the project started a little later. I'm going to say it again. God of War started a little later. So we have made the decision to push the game out to next year. So obviously they need more time because they started a little later on the game than scheduled. Obviously, we're dealing with a pandemic and we're dealing with all this stuff. That's one of the main reasons why the game is delayed, because they started a little later on it. And God of War, Hermen Hulst already knows you can't rush a masterpiece. You can't rush a masterpiece. Period. So he said that they made the decision to push the game out to next year to ensure, again, to ensure that Santa Monica Studio can deliver the amazing God of War game that we all want to play. I have no problem with that. No problem with that. Take the time that you need to develop this masterpiece, because it's going to be a masterpiece, whether it's cross-generation or not. A lot of you guys don't already know I'm a huge God of War fan. Period. Before anything else. You guys already know me already. So, quality. Now, Luis with the $25. Definitely do appreciate you, my G. We'll definitely go ahead and give you a tactical nuke here because, yeah, you're awesome for that $25. I definitely do appreciate it. So let's go ahead. Tactical nuke, sir. All right. So the delay was coming. I'm okay with it. People is going to always complain, bro. Sorry. Complain, bro. Sorry, bro. Sony is not going to drop the ball when they have 114 million users. Exactly. Versus 7.8 million PS5 users. This is business, and people got to understand that. Facts. It's a business at the end of the day. People don't understand that. Sony still need to keep the lights on. It's business. They got over 100 and something million people with PS4s. You think they're going to alienate them for what? Something like 7.8 million people with PS5s? No. Why limit a game's potential when you can put it out there to more people so more people can play it and enjoy it? It's business at the end of the day. It's business over favoritism. It's business over fanboys. But I think that a lot of fanboys, they're so up in arms and they're going crazy about this situation. Calm down. Take a chill pill. Stop riding on these companies, man. You understand what I'm saying? Stop worshiping these companies. Calm down. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous when people sit there and try to push this old notion. Oh, so they put Sony on a perfect pedestal. They're not perfect. So is Nintendo. So is Xbox. And Microsoft, I should say. None of them are perfect. But all these companies, what they have in mind, business at the end of the day. Business before fans. Don't you guys get it? All of these companies are going to do fan service. They're all going to do fan service. But at the end of the day, it's about business. If you had a business, if you were in charge of any of these companies, you guys will be thinking different. If you was in charge of the gaming division, if you had Jim Ryan's job, you'll be thinking and saying things differently. Because you're going to do whatever the investors want you to do and not what the fans want you to do. Yes, you're going to do fan service stuff, right? When you have a business, your job is to serve people, right? You're serving, you're giving people things, you're selling people things, you're serving people. Yes, you want your consumer base to be happy, but at the same time, you want your investors to be happy, the people that are investing in your company and making all of this stuff happen. All this stuff that you're seeing right now is investors. Where is the money coming from? Obviously, it's coming from investors and it's coming from the fan base. Come on, man. Play games, not corporations. Shout out to my man Foxy Games UK. It is so freaking true. So true. Game Over Brian with the $5 says, bro, did you see on Twitter Brad Sams? I saw that. Brad Sams called Lisa Su a liar about RDNA 2 being in PS5. How are back on RDNA BS again? Just want your opinion. That's what I'm saying. This whole notion of, oh, yeah, PS5 is not full RDNA 2. And, you know, Lisa Su is a liar. I was talking about this, bro. I was talking about this, but everybody was saying, oh, I was crazy and making memes out of me. And, oh, see, it's not RDNA 2 and it's this and it's that and blah, 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 blah. Listen, we understand that the Series X is full RDNA 2, right? We understand that the PS5 is using a custom version of RDNA 2, right? And it's like at the same time, Lisa Su even came out and said what she said, and automatically everybody was like, oh, see, fraudulent. Now, where's that tweet now? Where's that tweet? That tweet is gone. That tweet is gone. Now people got to backtrack on things that they're saying. That's why I said more and more truth is going to be revealed. More and more truth is going to be revealed. This is just the tip of the iceberg. More and more truth is going to be revealed. Now we have people backtracking on everything. Does it really matter, though, that the PS5 is custom and the Series X is full RDNA 2? Does it matter? Does it matter? Next topic, man. Next topic. It shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter at all. It really shouldn't. Next topic. So we're going to talk about these jaw-dropping PS5 games. And this might get people changing their tune just a little bit. Okay, this might get people changing their tunes just a little bit, just a tad bit, maybe, if this person is correct or not. So let's dive right off into our next story here, guys, because this one is very, very interesting to say the least. And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead here and take a look at this particular story because, yeah, we're hearing something that I think could potentially shed some light maybe on some of the 12 games that are apparently new IPs, or maybe existing IPs that are just having sequels done to them or whatnot out of the 25. So let's dive right off into this. So as you guys can see on the screen, a notable PlayStation insider has teased that Sony has some secretive PlayStation 5 games in the pipeline that should surprise fans. Not only will the games themselves potentially please many who are looking for more PS5 titles, because clearly cross-gen is a big problem for people. So yeah, looking for more PlayStation 5 titles to play, but they should stand out as the next generation experiences or next gen experiences that many have been waiting for since purchasing Sony's new hardware when it released last year. Now, let's kind of go deeper into this one here. So during a recent stream, Fanbyte Media's Twitch channel, Imran Khan, I don't need to say anything about Imran Khan. You guys already know who that is already. All right. Who is a well-regarded reporter and insider. So this ain't no little flaky reporter or insider. This ain't just coming by somebody on Twitter that claimed to know something. This is coming from Imran Khan. A well-regarded reporter and insider was asked about when he thinks we might see some truly standout releases on the PS5. In response, Khan noted that he can't say clearly because he is privy to some information that he is not at liberty to share. He says, I can't answer that, but I'm just saying that might be closer than we think. Khan said of the time in which some new PS5 titles might come about. There are games in the near future that look very, very, very good and like somewhat jaw-dropping, I would say. Wow. Wow. So there you guys go. He put an emphasis on how the games are actually looking, right? Very, 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 very good and somewhat jaw-dropping. Now, these are going to be PlayStation 5 titles only, which I think a lot of people are hype about, even though they don't have a PS5, because not everybody have a PS5. But at the same time, people are on the fence right now because they're like, what's the whole point of me pursuing to get a PS5 when a lot of the stuff is cross-generation? Again, if you don't care about next-gen features and capabilities and what have you, then that's fine. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about these jaw-dropping games. He didn't really specify how many games. Obviously, there's more. It's more than one because it's games, right? So we'll see. We'll see what these jaw-dropping. Hopefully, we can see these jaw-dropping games at the next PlayStation event or something like that. I mean, that would just make a lot of sense for a lot of people to, you know, see what's in the pipeline. Again, he did mention that games that are in the pipeline, right? And I think a lot of the stuff that we're going to see at E3 this year from Xbox are in the pipeline, okay? And so I would really love to see these jaw-dropping games. Hopefully this is true at the next PlayStation event. So let me know you guys' thoughts on this. I will definitely want to move on to the next topic here for you guys. All right. Now, let's go ahead and let's talk about Horizon Forbidden West. And this is a title that obviously there's so many memes and everything about Horizon Forbidden West right now. It's freaking bananas. Like, I'm just going to keep it $150 with you guys. Like, it don't even freaking matter. Like, people are sitting here and they're talking about, oh, Horizon this, Horizon that. Horizon this, Horizon that. People are losing their cool. They're losing their minds. Oh, but they're not really focusing on what's really important, right? They're not really focusing on the actual gameplay. Oh, Halo is too thick. She's too fat. She's too this. She's too that. Who freaking cares at the end of the day? Now, let's focus on what really matters here. So Horizon Forbidden West is on track for 2021. But Sony isn't certain it will release this year. That would explain why we haven't gotten a release date. Make sure you guys hit that like button. That would explain why we haven't gotten a release date. That they showed us 14 minutes of gameplay footage and we didn't get a release date because they wasn't 100% sure. See, like I said, people got to pay attention to the details. When you see a company show you a game and then they don't give you a release date, something is sus about that. You understand? Pay attention to the details. Obviously, something is up. Now, Sony is saying that after Jim Ryan, I think either the Jim Ryan or Hermen Hulst came out and said, yeah, Horizon is still set in stone. Now, they're saying that it isn't 100%. Right? Like they're not 100% certain that it's going to be released this year. So that means Sony got to have some other titles in place, because if Horizon is not 100% for this year, then what in the freaking world? Right? So let's go ahead and let's dive right off into this here. And obviously this is like bits and pieces from the Q&A portion of the PlayStation blog post with Hermen Hulst. So we're going to kind of dig a little bit much more deeper into this so people can actually understand exactly what is actually taking place here. So speaking in a long article, Hermen Hulst says that, so we have currently two very big, very narrative driven games in development: Horizon Forbidden West and the next God of War. And for both of those, they are frankly affected by access to performance, capture, and talent. For Horizon, we think we are on track to release this holiday, but that isn't quite certain yet. There you go. Isn't quite certain yet. But isn't quite certain yet. You get hit with a but. It's on track for release this holiday season, but isn't quite certain yet. They need to change that statement for a lot of people to be happy. And we are working as hard as we can to confirm that to you as soon as we can. So right now, there's a possibility that Horizon can't, you know what I'm saying, it's probably not going to come out this year. Okay, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? But at the end of the day, obviously the pandemic has a role to play in this. And at the same time, all we could do is be patient and hope that we could get other titles to replace these bigger, you know, single player, very big blockbuster AAA experiences. I don't know, because that's up in the air too. So please don't get your hopes up that Horizon Forbidden West is going to come out this year, because it's not 100%. You know what I'm saying? It's just not 100%. So it sucks, because I would at least hope that Horizon would have been 100% for this year, and then we can actually move forward. But it's just a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff that people don't want to hear. A lot of stuff that PlayStation fans are just not happy about, right? And so it's like, yeah. Check Sony Ben's Twitter. Yeah, I already have a Sony Ben article up ready to go. So let me know what you guys' thoughts on that are. Now, let's go to something else that's probably going to get people mad. Again, like I said, there's just a lot of news to go over today that people, let's just say, they're not really going to be impressed. They're just not going to be impressed at all. They're going to be pissed off, and they're going to be like, okay, man, I might as well not get a PS5. If I have the opportunity to buy a PS5, I'm just not going to buy it. If I see it in stock somewhere, I'm just not going to buy it. To future-proof myself, I'm just going to stick with my PS4. Here comes another title that was delayed into 2022 that have a lot of people up in arms. And, you know, some people was kind of upset that it got delayed, but at the same time, they're like kind of like, well, it is what it is. I don't really care. You know, take your time, whatever the case may be. Gran Turismo 7 is coming to PS4 as well as PS5 in 2022. So there you go. Another cross generation. So the big three: Horizon, God of War, and Gran Turismo. How do you feel about that? Are some of you guys surprised? I'm not surprised that Gran Turismo 7 is coming to PS4. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. Same thing. If God of War is going to be cross-gen, you bet your bottom dollar that Gran Turismo is going to be cross-generation. Are you surprised? I'm not. So Gran Turismo 7 is coming to PS4 as well as PS5. Now, you decide as a consumer if this is something that you want to hear, if this is feasible to you. Oh, well, you know what? I'm up in arms about it. I'm pissed off, or whatever the case may be. Listen, this is a car game. How much more can they do with a car game? Obviously, the PS5 is probably the lead development SKU, like I've been saying the whole time. So the PS5 version is going to look way better than the PS4 version. All right? It's a car game. I'm not crying about it. It is what it is. I'm going to buy this for my PS5. I'm buying this for my PS5. Is it going to stop the quality? No, it's not. It's not going to stop the quality. So, again, this is coming from the Q&A. Sony has announced in a Q&A with Hermen Hulst on the PlayStation blog that Gran Turismo 7, let me show you the article where I'm actually reading. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Let's see if we could get 600 viewers in here. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that share button. Come on, community. I know we could do it. We're on the 4th piece of content, and we're not even done yet. 4th piece of content. Hit that like button. Hit that share button, baby. Let's go. I know we could do it. I know we could do it. Now, check this out. Sony has announced in a Q&A with Hermen Hulst on the PlayStation blog that Gran Turismo 7 is coming to PS4 as well as releasing on PS5 in 2022. Within the long article, Hermen is asked about supporting the PS4 generation of gamers. And he goes on to say that where it makes sense to develop a title for both PS4 and PS5 for Horizon Forbidden West, the next God of War, GT7, we'll continue looking at that. And if PS4 owners want to play that game, then they can. Okay, so it's just like there's the option. There is the freaking option. If they want to go on and play it on the PS5 or the PS5 version, then it will be there for them. So you see, you have so much different options here. For people who want to play the game on PS4, they can play the game on PS4 because maybe they can't get a PS5. Because we've learned that it's going to be hard to get a PS5 within the next year or two because of production issues, right? So this is just what we're dealing with right now. Primal with the 5 says, true. Gran Turismo Sport for PS4 looks photorealistic already. Not much more they can do with it. Exactly. I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Miles, what's going on? If you're brand new to the channel, guys, do me a favor, click that subscribe button. Hit that like button as well. Let's see if we can reach a like ceiling here today. I appreciate you guys. Just hit the like button. Just interact with the stream. All right. So, with that being said, this is very, very interesting to say the least. And no, I'm not pissed off that Gran Turismo. Look at Gran Turismo Sport. Look how great that game looked. You know what I'm saying? For a PS4 title. You understand what I'm saying? For a PS4 title. And it looked that impressive. Imagine what is going to happen. Imagine what's going to happen with PlayStation 5. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But again, people are upset about this. They're upset. And there's nothing to be upset about. You know what I'm saying? They want to fuel a console war. And they want to cry and whine about every single thing. Next topic. So this is quite interesting. Revolver, thank you so much for the support. This is quite interesting, to say the least. Well, hold that thought. Let me get into this super chat here. Luis Gonzalez with the $5 says, if Microsoft decide to drop the bombs this year, if Horizon Forbidden West is delayed, what IP Sony is going to come up with to compete with Xbox and Nintendo? They gotta come up with something. They have to come up with something, because now we know God of War is not coming, and now we're hearing that Horizon is not 100%. Gran Turismo is delayed till next year. They gotta have something up their sleeves, because they know Microsoft, potentially we could get Horizon 5. Halo Infinite is dropping. Are you kidding me? Sony gotta bring the pain. They gotta have something else in place. Something else is that is as big on those God of War, Horizon, Gran Turismo magnitude. They're going to have to, because you already know Xbox is looking at this and like, they're grinning their teeth right now. I'm telling you. Watch out. My man, my man F says with the $10 says GT7 will be constrained by weak PS4 CPU. Terrible. We'll see, man. We'll see. God's creation with the $5 says, yo, Marlon, just finished Last of Us 2, and I am feeling like the $30 was worth it. Have a blessed day, my mans. Okay, thank you so much for the support, man. Appreciate you. So again, before we get off into the merger situation, you have options. You have options, right? You obviously have options. Now, based on everything, before we get off into the next topic, based on everything that we covered right now, because we still have a lot more stuff to cover, based on everything that we covered so far, for people who don't have a PlayStation 5 that are watching right now, how do you feel? Do you feel like, man, you know what? I can do better just playing everything on PS4? Or do you still want a PS5? Based on all these delays and disappointment, right? For a lot of you guys, stuff being cross-gen, God of War not coming out, Horizon not 100%, you know, Gran Turismo 7 being a PS4 title. How do you feel? Are you gonna still play your PS4 and forget about PS5 in the future, or are you just gonna buy a PS5 whenever there's just PS5 only titles? When we get to that part in the generation, that's the $1 million question right now. Lock, stock, and barrel. Thank you for the $5. God bless you. JD Storm with the 5 says, remember Hermen Hulst talked about third-party exclusives, maybe some drop in 2021. Yes, most definitely. So how you guys rocking right now? Are you guys just going to keep your PS4, keep playing your PS4 and wait for these big AAA titles to come out, or are you still going to pursue a PS5? That is the $1 million question. That is the $1 million question that only you can answer. You understand what I'm saying? Only you can answer those questions as a consumer. Only you can answer those questions as a consumer. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that is the question. And for me personally, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would buy a PS5. You know what I'm saying? Because I like getting new hardware, and I like to see the potentials of games and what's to come in the future. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm sitting at as far as that is concerned. So next news item. Let's talk about this Sony situation right now with their hiring. And it just goes to show you that they're trying their very best to expand and do as much as they possibly can. All right. So this has to do with their mergers and acquisitions, right? So let's talk about this really quickly here for you guys. Do me a favor. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit the like button. I appreciate you guys, man. Let's push YouTube. Let's allow YouTube to continue to push our channel. We've been doing a very good job as of late. The channel's been growing a little. So let's keep on doing that. All right. So let's cover this story here about Sony hiring for mergers and acquisition director. So let's go ahead here and let's take a look at this story once again for you guys. Now, Obviously, you know, a lot of people would say, oh, they should acquire Blue Point, and they should acquire Housemarque, which we're going to talk about that and everything like that. So it says Sony Interactive Entertainment has posted a job listing for mergers and acquisitions director for its PlayStation business, fueling speculation that the company is on the lookout to bring more studios under its umbrella. Now, this is really good. This is really, really, really good stuff here. Obviously, they're really trying to expand and get more studios and have more, you know, mergers and everything like that. Now, could Blue Point Games be the next candidate? It's certainly possible. Here's a roll of a description of Sony's LinkedIn job listing. So let's take a look at that here, guys. Wait. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Oh, we were already there already. I'm tripping. So the global people operations teams strives help ensure efficient and simple people processes, systems, policies, and programs. We deliver data that is useful and accurate to build people-related strategies across businesses. Now, we build project management capability across our functions. Now, this individual will work as closely with will work as closely with corporate development and finance teams, mergers and acquisitions, HR, business partners, employment law team, and cross-functional HR teams to lead a wide variety of operational projects, processes, systems, and cases as a part of the people integration process. Now, the ideal candidate is highly motivated with a positive demeanor and exhibits patience, teamwork, critical thinking, and problem solving. So there you guys go on that particular front. Now, so it is very, very possible that Sony is really trying to push the envelope here with some more studio acquisitions and everything. My man Enzo, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome aboard. Do me a favor, turn on that notification bell on all. So it seems as though that Sony is hiring right now, and they're looking at the possibility of getting some more studios under their belt and everything like that, which is good, right? I mean, it's the season right now for buying studios and making new acquisitions and everything like that, right? We've seen Microsoft doing it, and Sony made some purchases here and there with Discord and with Discord and Evo, and then they made some few little things here and there. They were trying to hire more developers to go with their PlayStation studios and everything like that. And obviously they dropped $8 billion to try to expand the brand, PlayStation brand, and everything like movies and PlayStation Network and a lot of other things. So Sony really trying to push the envelope as far as, you know, trying to get more studios. So only time will tell to see where that actually goes. All right. Now, everybody's been talking about Sony Ben. So let's hope that this is the Sony Ben. Now, people have been telling me to check Twitter and find out exactly what's going on here. So let me go ahead and let me dive right off into this particular situation. So it says that Sony Ben is working on a new IP. All right. So maybe this is the Sony Ben situation that you guys wanted me to jump on, but we're going to talk about it right now. All right. So this new IP, obviously a lot of people are pissed about Days Gone. There's not going to be a Days Gone 2, which is kind of a bummer because I actually really love that game. But hey, you know what? It is what it is at this point. So let's go ahead and let's dive right off into our next story here. Now, this has to potentially do with their new IP that they're actually working on, which I think a lot of people will be interested in and everything. Let's see if we can get 300 likes. We're almost there. Let's go, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, baby. Hit that like button. All right. So Sony Ben is working on a new IP that builds upon the open world systems from Days Gone. Wow. So this is really good. So again, this is coming from the Q&A from Hermen Hulst. Now, Hermen Hulst has confirmed that Sony Ben is working on a new IP that will build upon the work and open world systems they craft in Days Gone. Maybe that's why they scrapped Days Gone 2, which I think a lot of people are pissed off about. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I guess it will be like sort of like a spiritual successor to Days Gone, considering that they're using the open world systems and everything. So, I mean, obviously, we'll see how this IP turns out and everything. Now, revealed on the PlayStation blog, Hermen states that Bend Studios is working on a very exciting new IP that they are very, very passionate about. They are building on the deep open world systems that they developed with Days Gone. So I am really happy for Bend Studio. So this is pretty good because obviously with the huge backlash and everything that we've been hearing about the game, Days Gone 2, and everything like that being canned or canceled, or it didn't do well enough for Sony to, you know, really like make a part 2 or whatever the case may be. We already know the controversy on that. So can't wait to see this new IP that Sony Bend is actually working on. I mean, it's a very talented studio, and we see the huge potential that Days Gone, you know, have, and, you know, to even have a sequel and everything like that. And a lot of people were kind of upset about that. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and let's dive right off into our next story. And this is a big one, because if this is true and if this actually happens, then this could be very, very amazing, to say the least. All right. So with that being said, let's dive right off into our next story here. Let me see what's going on. Okay, what now? What now? Because it's always something. Okay. All right. Housemarque. So let's talk about Housemarque here, because this is a situation where I feel like, wow, if this is true, this is good, because they're a talented studio. Okay? And so this whole notion of Sony may have just acquired Housemarque, which I think a lot of people will be happy about this. I know some people don't really like Returnal. Like, Returnal is annoying. It's a good game. It's just annoying that it's so hard and it's really no save points. But hey, yeah, we're going to talk about this because obviously I think a lot of you guys are definitely going to be interested in this next topic here that we're going to be talking about. And yeah, let's just buckle up for this one. This is in rumor territory. And so with that being said, we're going to dive right off into it here. Thank you so much, Chris Blank 1997, for subscribing. Welcome aboard to the channel. Do me a favor, turn on that notification bell and all. So, rumor. Sony may have acquired Housemarque. To everyone who speaks Portuguese, I highly recommend to watch this interview with the head of Diorama Studio, the Brazilian studio who worked on Horizon Zero Dawn, Returnal, and some other games. Now, listen to this. I found particularly curious that he said he couldn't talk much about Returnal because of NDAs. Returnal is already out. Why is there NDA? Maybe Sony is trying to acquire Housemarque, right? At least this is what leads people to believe. Like, okay, is there DLC? Is there something else that's going on with Returnal that we just don't know about? Now put on your thinking caps. So basically, he's saying that he couldn't really talk much because Returnal is under NDA. Okay? Even more now that Housemarque is under Sony's umbrella. And he hinted that Dorama is working on the next Naughty Dog game. Wait a minute. Are y'all following? Are y'all following what I'm saying right now? Make sure y'all hit that like button. We're almost close to 300 likes. Wait, what? Okay. So, Housemarque is under Sony's umbrella. Okay. And then he hinted at that the studio is working on the next Naughty Dog game. He also said that many publishers are interested on their first own game. Wow. This is very interesting. Like, this whole interview is interesting. I'm scratching my head like, wait a minute. So this Diorama Studio is working on the next Naughty Dog game, and Housemarque is under Sony's umbrella. for the most part. And he's saying that Returnal is under NDA. Thank you so much, Paige, for subscribing. Welcome aboard. Do me a favor. Turn on that notification bell on all so we never miss out on the daily streams and show that we have here. Definitely do appreciate you guys. Interesting. So we already know that, yeah, it got mixed reviews. Returnal got mixed reviews, right? Even on Metacritic, even around the press and everything like that. But we can't deny that Returnal is a successful IP for Sony, right? Apparently it is, because they have already stressed that. If you look right here, I'm going to show you guys right now. Look right here. You remember this? So even though it didn't get 10 out of 10 across the board, it did get some 10s and 9s and 8s, but it wasn't perfect across the board. But it's still a successful IP. It got 86, I think, on Metacritic, or 80, or yeah, somewhere up in there. I think it was 86 if I'm not mistaken. But Sony looks at Returnal as a new IP, right? A new IP, and it's a successful IP at that. So it's right next to Ghost of Tsushima, right? So clearly Sony's probably looking at this like, okay, it's a successful new IP. Let's try to acquire them. Well, that I wouldn't be surprised if they acquire Housemarque. What I really want them to do is freaking acquire Blue Point Games. I'm just saying. So again, not surprised here that, Housemarque could potentially be acquired. I think this would be great, right? Because I think Housemarque is a very talented studio, and I think they would mesh well with Sony. Crazy old school, what's going on? So let me know y'all thoughts about this, because if this is true and this guy is really under NDA, Dub Step, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome aboard. Do me a favor, turn that notification bell on all to where we never miss out on our daily show that we have here. Thank you so much for the support. So Sony think Ratchet and Clank is enough for the rest? No, they have to give us something. They have to give us something. Just saying. All right. You guys laughing and being silly in the chat. Let's move along here. As long as everybody enjoying themselves. Let's talk about Burnout Paradise Dev. Pretty sure some of you guys remember Burnout Paradise. I'm a big fan of the Burnout franchise and such. Okay. So let's talk about this situation here, because obviously a lot of you guys are probably interested in what this developer have to say, and what is the goal here, what we're trying to aim for, and what have you. So let's take a little bit much more deeper into this one and see what we're looking down the barrel of here. Continue to hit the like button, guys. We're getting there. All right. So Burnout Paradise Remastered dev Stellar Entertainment signs for a AAA next-gen project. Now, breaking news, Stellar Entertainment. Now, let me show you guys the actual article so you guys can see exactly what's going on. Now, breaking news, Stellar Entertainment signs up for a AAA next-gen project and is recruiting the games industry's brightest and best to work on it roles. Okay, best to work on it roles. Okay, I see. So what is this mysterious project? Who knows what it's going to be, right? So only time will definitely tell. I actually love Burnout and love the franchise as a whole. So we'll see on that front on what happens there. All right, now let's go ahead here, guys, and let's talk about Ghostrunner for the PlayStation 5. Let's talk about Ghostrunner here. This is a title that I think will probably pique some people's interest, and they might be interested in it and everything like that. So let's dive right off into it, guys. I know some of you guys are probably, probably on the fence about this game, or you probably want to buy it for PS5. I mean, I don't really know, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. So Ghostrunner for PS5, release date set for September. Now, it will be supporting 4K resolution and 120 FPS. Okay, so let's go ahead here, guys. Again, we're doing a great job. Keep hitting that like button, guys. Keep hitting that like button. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you. All right. So 505 Games has announced the Ghostrunner PS5 release date, with the game arriving September 28, 2021, and supporting 4K resolution and up to 120 FPS gameplay. Announced in a press release today, its native next-gen version of the game will run at 4K and offer a 120 FPS mode with HDR and ray tracing support on top of that. So that's pretty good. Wow. That is impressive. Again, you guys laughing in the chat about whatever. I don't know what y'all laughing about. What's up, Jimmy G? I don't know what y'all laughing about. But again, did y'all just hear what I just said? The next generation version of Ghostrunner will run at 4K and offer 120 FPS mode with HDR and ray tracing support on top of that. In addition, the game will have near instant loading and make use of the PS5's 3D audio and the DualSense haptic feedback. So there you go. There you go. 4K at up to 120 FPS. And the game is coming out September 28, 2021. So let me know your thoughts on this. Obviously, Ghostrunner now is available for PS4, but it's playable on PS5 via backwards compatibility. A native PS5 version of the game will release September 28th. So there you go. Let me know y'all thoughts. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section. All right, now let's go ahead here and let's move along to our next topic at hand. Now, this might not be a deal breaker for some people, right? When it comes to Far Cry, I never really got into this particular mode here. So, I mean, it's really not a deal breaker for me, but I just want to report on it to see how some of you guys may react or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, let's talk about Far Cry 6 here. And it's actually missing a mode that I think that some people will probably care about, or, you know, they probably be upset or whatever the case may be. But hey, it's all good. I mean, you can't get every single thing, considering that they're going to be maximizing the quality of games moving forward and everything like that. So Far Cry 6 is not bringing back arcade mode. I'm just going to say that right now. Far Cry 6 is not bringing back arcade mode, confirms Ubisoft. No arcade mode will not come back. Removing this mode from our plan was a difficult decision, but allowed us to focus our efforts on the main campaign, which I am cool with that. As long as you're focusing on the core gameplay, which, you know what I'm saying, the core part of the game, I should say, which is the campaign, because a lot of people love Far Cry for the campaign. So they're removing that particular mode so that they can focus on the main campaign and transporting players into the heart of the modern day guerrilla revolution. And so that's one of the main reasons why. What's up, X Shield? How you doing? Welcome to the nation. I definitely do appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So let me know what you guys think. Now, Far Cry 6 is penciled for October 7th. All right, for PS5, PS4, PC, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. Okay, so there you guys go. George, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for the support. All right, now let's keep it moving here. Let's keep trucking. We got to talk about a little bit about Nintendo here. All right, for those Nintendo fans, I know there's a select few Nintendo fans that are here and they want to kind of know news and information. So I promise when I do get information about Nintendo or anything like that, I'm going to, you know, drop it in here into the news flow of things. And you can't forget about Nintendo, because Nintendo is like unstoppable right now. So with that being said, let's go ahead here and just kind of dive right off into our next story. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button, baby. Let's keep bringing the streams up. Obviously, YouTube is promoting us and trying to push us in the algorithm. Please, please, I'm asking you guys, hit the like button. Continue to do that for us. Continue to push us forward. I love you guys. Now, here it is. So it has been confirmed by Nintendo. Okay, tune in for a Nintendo Direct with roughly 40 minutes of info focused exclusively on Nintendo Switch software, mostly releasing in 2021, followed around a three hours of gameplay in Nintendo Treehouse Live. All right, so the time frame for this is 6/15, so that's Tuesday, right? Tuesday, June 15th. Okay, at 9 a.m. PT. So I will be streaming this because, you know, I'm covering the whole E3. We ain't missing out on nothing for everybody. We covering Xbox, we covering Nintendo, we covering everything, so everybody can be happy, so nobody has to go anywhere. All right. So Nintendo has already put this out there and such, and so this is very, 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 very exciting news. You know, for people that really want to see what's going on with Nintendo. On top of that, we're diving off into rumor territory here. So apparently the new Switch Pro pre-orders could go live on June 4th, which is this Thursday, right? Which is Thursday, which is Friday, right? Is it Friday? That's Friday. Yeah, so that's Friday. So this Friday, now this is according to Central Leaks via Game Rant. The leakers receive a screenshot from a big retailer internal system regarding a new Switch hardware, teasing that the company highly anticipated next-gen console will be available for pre-order on June 4th. May God be with you. If this is true, may God be with you guys trying to get a Switch Pro or something along those lines. It's going to be tough because you see how hard it is for you to get a PS5 right now or a Series X right now. I am telling you, this is pretty tough. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about that Nintendo stuff. And so moving forward, we got a big blog post from Hermen Hulst. Now, most of it has already been covered, so we're going to kind of skip through it here. We're back on the PlayStation stuff. We're going to kind of skip through it here, and then we're going to dive right into, because some of the stuff we already covered already, basically from all the other articles. But let's see what Hermen Hulst have to say, things that we missed out on, because hold on, let me see. Here we go. So let's talk about this Q&A here, guys. Wait, is this it? Oh, okay. Let's talk about this Q&A. 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 Let's talk about this Q&A portion here and everything. Q&A, Sony, Hermen Hulst. All right. So we're going to cover this right now for you guys so you guys can see exactly what's going on in its entirety. Okay. All right. So here we go. So Hermen Hulst Q&A. What's next for PlayStation Studios? Interesting. Head of PlayStation Studios shares insight into what's to come. It's been just about 17 months since Hermen Hulst took the reins of PlayStation Studios, the international network of world-class development studios that produce some of PlayStation's biggest hits, from Returnal and Hastro's Playroom to The Last of Us Part 2, Dreams, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and much, much more. Okay? And so with that being said, we're going to be diving off into this here. Thank you so much, Andre Bridges, for subscribing. Welcome aboard. Do me a favor, turn on that notification bell on all to never miss out on what we got going on here. I appreciate you. All right. Now, at the next part, it says over our jam-packed 20 minutes or 20-minute discussion, Hulst provided updates on a host of topics. Studio development updates, thoughts on PS5 and PS4 development, PlayStation Studios' vision for PC releases, and a whole lot more. All right. So obviously we can listen to the podcast here if you guys would want to for 20 minutes, or if you guys want me to read it, that's fine. So let me know what you guys want me to do. Do you guys want me to read the whole thing, or you guys want to listen to the podcast? If y'all want me to listen to the podcast, we can play it. But most of this stuff we covered earlier into the show and everything like that. So you guys want to listen to the the full interview, or do you guys want me to, it said listen to it, but if it's boring, we'll shut it off. All right. Oh, can y'all hear it? Oh, Lord. Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear it? No audio? What in the world? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Wait, how is it that y'all not hearing anything? Okay, I got y'all. I got y'all. Don't worry. My bad, y'all. My bad. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Here we go. All right. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right. Can you guys hear it now?
Hey folks, I am joined by none other than Mr. Hermen Hulst, who is the head of PlayStation Studios. Welcome back to the podcast.
Can y'all hear it?
Hey Sid, nice to talk to you again.
And fun fact for you, this is actually our 400th episode of the official PlayStation podcast. 400 episodes over, boy, it's been about 10 years now. But I could think of nobody that I wanted to speak with more than you. And I wanted to kind of get an update on you and what you've been working on and your new role at PlayStation Studios. Well, it's not actually such a new role anymore. You've been head of PlayStation Studios now for quite a while. And what's been your focus so far over this past year and a half?
Well, Sid, it's been quite a ride. It's been what, 17 months now. It's hard to imagine. It's only been 17 months since I took that job. When I started, we had to finish some important PS4 games. We're working on getting our titles ready for PS5 launch, and obviously there was COVID, adding a layer of complexity to all of that. But against this backdrop, we're growing PlayStation Studios quite rapidly. So my priority was getting, first of all, a really strong global management team in place for PlayStation Studios. I've got veterans now from our development teams. I've got some folks from other parts of PlayStation, and actually also from outside of the games industry as a whole. The idea was to share experiences across the studios, have our strongest leaders work on the biggest opportunities. We've got someone like Scott Rhodey now, who's overseen the production of some of our best titles out of North America, now working with fresh new opportunities with our teams in London, Media Molecule, working with our teams in Japan as well. But I would actually say, Sid, my main focus probably has been working with studios on longer-term plans, such as building our franchises, developing new ones, continue driving innovation. There's a lot of exciting work going on, and can't really wait to show the PlayStation fans more.
That's great. And before we dive into all the nitty-gritty, though, I got to ask you, what have you been playing? Hopefully you've had some time to play some games. What have you been playing lately, though?
Yes, I have. Well, you know, I've spent most of my playtime on titles that we have in development. I've been playing some of Horizon Forbidden West. A lot of Ratchet. And, you know, I understand that's a real privilege that comes with the job. But I also I spent last weekend on Atropos running around Returnal. You know, for me, tough as nails, like for most for the most of the other gamers. But I love it so much. And I've also been checking out some indie games that Shuei recommended to me. My friend Pedro, last weekend, I toyed around with that. Made me feel so smooth and cinematic, kind of exuding that Media Molecule charm. When I was done playing, I actually found out that the designer of it worked on Little Big Planet.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Yeah, that's kind of a cult hit. I got to give a shout out as well to Returnal. If you listen to the podcast, you know that it's basically been me trying to indoctrinate everybody to play this game. One of the best games I've played in years, and really easily my favorite PS5 game right now. I've put
so good.
Fantastic, and Housemarque's such a wonderful studio, and I'm so glad that they can have a game like Returnal. But
we've seen Flex with those guys, and that precision of their background with arcade shooters. I love it so much.
It's such an incredible fusion of genres, and it feels so fresh as a result. We could talk about this stuff all day, and we do have business to get to. We have some interesting topics to explore here. So let's zoom in a little bit more about your vision for PlayStation Studios. I think
Can you guys hear it?
We'll see.
Can you guys hear it?
PlayStation Studios games.
How you guys like everything so far? We good? Can y'all hear it? Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Single player.
See if we can get 400 likes.
And do you see single player narrative games as essential to that PlayStation Studios console experience?
Well, absolutely. I mean, single player narrative driven games. That's our DNA. PlayStation Studios have made, in my mind, some of the most memorable narrative experiences available. We love making them. We'll keep making them as long as gamers enjoy them. And for me, the idea of sitting down on a Friday night with a brand new world and a great story to explore, that sounds pretty perfect, right? We also want to make sure that we're creating a variety of experiences for our audiences. Franchises, new IP, big games, smaller innovative games, single-player stories and multiplayer. And who says that multiplayer experience cannot have great stories, right?
Yeah, that's a great point, actually. Another thing I wanted to talk about is there have been several partnership announcements recently. We've seen the announcement of Haven. This is from Jade Raymond, as well as a bunch of industry veterans, and more recently Firewalk, which also has some top names from the industry. So how do you see partnerships like these with new studios like these fitting into the larger PlayStation Studios vision?
Yeah, these partnerships are really very exciting. And you could, I guess, make a distinction between development teams who are part of Sony, like Naughty Dog, Insomniac, Media Molecule, Sucker Punch, and so on, and then development teams who are working with us like partners, Haven, Firewalk, but also teams that we've worked with over the years, such as Kojima Productions, From Software. To me, in many ways, there really is no difference. They're all PlayStation Studios. We are, at the end of the day, a creator-led organization, which to me means that we want to find the best possible development studios in the world and help them passionately pursue their ideas. And our partners also, they get access to everything that our internal studios have access to. The same world-class technology expertise, the same sound and audio facilities, the same marketing and sales network. In many cases, they get to collaborate and work with all of the other studios and share ideas and methods. To me, it's important that PlayStation Studios is a place that allows creators to join us to do their best work of their career. That's really what I'm after.
That's great. And Housemarque as well. I'll put that name in there with Returnal. I'm going to plug them at every opportunity. Just be warned.
Well done. Don't stop doing it.
Yeah, I love that game. I genuinely love that game. So anyway, lots more to discuss here and just lots of stuff to think about. It's been about, let's see, it's 2019, I think it was, when Sony Interactive Entertainment officially acquired Insomniac Games. And that's another one of those studios that the company has partnered with for so many years. It's such a big part of the sort of legacy of PlayStation. So I got to ask, are there more studio acquisitions, being explored?
Well, yes, we're exploring options all the time. I mean, while we're incredibly lucky to have the bench strength of studios we have, in my mind, some of the best studios in the world, we're always looking to continually grow and strengthen. We're growing PlayStation Studios, so we're constantly in conversation with developers, whether they're established studios or new teams. And sometimes these conversations are just interesting exchanges about games or about the industry at large. And at other times, we're looking to take the conversation in the direction of a partnership, which can then take several forms. But you're talking about Insomniac, and that is a very interesting example, because we worked with Ted Price and his team for, 20 years or something, maybe more. And that was such a strong relationship. And it just so happened that there were some circumstances that made it the right time for that relationship to progress. We're obviously really happy to bring Insomniac into the Sony family and fully integrate them into PlayStation Studios. And man, that studio's on fire. I would argue that, aren't they, right? I would argue they're at peak productivity with their third release with Ratchet coming up. Not only is Ted a great leader, but they do have a deep bench of creative, technical production leadership at Insomniac, which allows us at PlayStation Studios to double down on this acquisition, invest further in this team, let them grow. And, it doesn't always take 20 years, right? With Guerrilla, we signed our first development deal with SIE in 2001, and then we were acquired by SIE in 2005. But looking at this, I would say that it's really important that the acquisition makes sense for all parties. Or we want to be sure that PlayStation Studios can help add value to the studios, and also that the studio can add something to us and the PlayStation ecosystem as a whole. For example, there are a lot of reasons why PlayStation 5 is a great console, and one of those being it's great for developers. And that's because a lot of world-class developers have helped to create it. And that role of contributing to our PlayStation ecosystem, to the hardware, being the first line of feedback, creating showcases for the platform, that's a role that we really enjoy, and we take that very, very seriously.
No, and I think it's great context, and I love just kind of getting a better understanding of kind of the perspective that you've got and the PlayStation Studios has around working with some of these great studios like Insomniac that we've worked with for so long. But I did want to zoom out a little bit. I don't want to put you on the spot here, but are you able to sort of give us a snapshot of sort of the total number of titles that PlayStation Studios are currently developing for PS4 or PS5? Like, is that something you're able to share today?
Yeah, well, we have a lot going on right now. PlayStation Studios have more than 25 titles in development. Almost half of these, they're new IPs, and the other half, they're titles that are set in franchises that PlayStation fans already know and love. So it's quite a lot.
That's great. Half of them being new IP is really exciting. I mean, with Returnal, as we've seen, a new IP can be quite invigorating. But yeah, tell me a little bit about that. New IP. I mean, that's something we do here in the industry, and depending on who you're listening to, some people are saying, "Boy, we really need new IP." It's so revitalizing. It's so necessary for just the health and well-being of the gaming industry and the games that people play. How important is new IP for PlayStation Studios?
New IP is incredibly important to us. New IP is the lifeblood of gaming. But new IP is just one aspect of our strategy. Ultimately, I want PlayStation Studios to be fiercely daring, to take risks. I want us to continue to embrace the legacy of PlayStation, pushing the boundaries of gaming, keep making games that matter, games that probably wouldn't have been made anywhere else. And, if you look at our new IP from the last few years, there's games like Concrete Genie, Death Stranding, Dreams, Ghosts of Tsushima, now there's Returnal. They've all set out to do something genuinely different through gameplay or story or character. But we've also shown that we're willing to head in new directions with our established franchises. And we brought Norse mythology into God of War. We're now exploring New York with Miles Morales. And you know what? Bend Studio is working on a very exciting new IP that they're very, very passionate about.
Oh, interesting.
These guys they're building on the deep open world systems that they developed for Days Gone. So I'm really, really happy for Bend Studio.
Oh, that's great. It's great detail. Great. Well, I mean, even just looking ahead the next, the remainder of this year or the next 12 months or so, I mean, it's a pretty strong wave of titles that we're looking at here. We've got obviously Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart coming up here in June there, and lots to look forward to.
Well, I think you should start mentioning Returnal, right? That just came out.
And Returnal, and Returnal, of course. Who could forget?
Bring it back. Housemarque did such a wonderful job, and
so
I'm loving the reception it's getting. But yes, Ratchet's out soon. That's June 11. And I'm very pleased that we've been able to show a bit more of that recently, because that just looks incredible. And between Returnal and Ratchet, these are two games built from the ground up for the PS5. They are true showpiece for an incredible console. And that's, to me, just a glimpse of what you can expect coming out of PlayStation Studios in the future.
Yeah, that's great. It's been a difficult past, 14, 15 months, obviously, with COVID-19. It's obviously impacted development for a number of studios just all across the world. But how have the teams at PlayStation Studios been able to sort of cope and adapt with these big challenges over the last year?
Over the last year, many of our studios were at very different points in their development cycle. So, of course, we had to get employees home with all of the equipment they needed. We had to make sure it was secure, that they had good access to systems and tools. And that wasn't easy. We have 12 studios and about another 1,000 employees outside of the studios. But a remote setup, which is effective for a large team finishing a game in production for some years, that might not necessarily work for a smaller team at the start of a new project. You can work through the final polish to a game of when all of you are, they're in different locations. But that's different from all of us being together. That's something I think that we adapted to. What's harder to address are those big creative problems that you've got early on in development, when you need a team of designers in a room, the big whiteboard. That's a very different problem. And perhaps the biggest challenge has been the times when we need specialist locations, often physical locations, primarily performance capture, audio work. We've come up with some really clever solutions to some of this. We've built tiny recording studios in people's houses. But when you're doing performance capture for a lot of cinematics with multiple actors, that's not so simple to solve. So then you've got a choice. We'll do it later in the schedule, which could cause you problems, or you could risk the final quality by doing that in a different way. You know what, Sid, I can tell you, we're not going to risk the quality. We want to ship extremely high quality games, finished games. And we have to do that, obviously, without pushing our teams to breaking point. So we have currently two very big, very narrative-driven games in development, right? Horizon Forbidden West and the next God of War. And for both of those, they're frankly really affected by access to performance capture and talent. And for Horizon, we think we are on track to release this holiday season, but that isn't quite certain yet. And we're working as hard as we can to confirm that to you as soon as we can. And for God of War, that title is of similar scope and depth to Horizon Forbidden West, but the project started a little later. So we've made the decision to push that game out to next year and to ensure that Santa Monica Studio can deliver the amazing God of War game that we all want to play, right? With these things, something's got to give. It cannot be the quality of our titles, and it surely won't be the health or the well-being of our amazing team.
That's interesting. I appreciate the update there, and good to kind of get a sense check on just kind of where these titles are at, and good to know you folks are going to come back with some more updates soon. So I did want to just talk a little bit about PS5. Actually, it's the newest addition to the console family, but how does PS4 factor into PlayStation Studios' development vision? I mean, is it still a focus internally for future game development?
It very much is. I mean, you can't build a community of over 110 million PS4 owners and then just walk away from it, right? I think that'd be bad news for fans of PS4.
Business at the end of the day.
Frankly, not very good business. So where it makes sense to develop a title for both PS4 and PS5, for Horizon Forbidden West, the next God of War, GT7, we'll continue looking at that. And if PS4 owners want to play that game, then they can. If they want to go on and have a PS5 and then play the PS5 version of that game will be there for them. And that being said, it's still also very important to have showpieces for PS5, hence the development of Returnal and Ratchet that are exclusive to PS5.
So I also wanted to talk about another platform that's kind of entered the conversation lately, and that's actually PC. And PlayStation Studios has kind of been engaged on the PC side of things, and we saw Horizon Zero Dawn not too long ago, and then most recently Days Gone. So wanted to get a sense from you on how PC kind of fits into, I guess, the worldview of PlayStation Studios moving forward.
No, absolutely. I mean, we're still early on in our planning for PC. And you're right, Horizon Zero Dawn has been very successful. I think it shows that there's an appetite from gamers outside the PlayStation ecosystem to experience the amazing portfolio of games that PlayStation fans have enjoyed for years. But I want to make sure to emphasize that PlayStation will remain the best place to play our PlayStation Studios titles at launch. But we do value PC gamers and will continue to look at the right times to launch each game. Ben Studio just released, as you said, the PC version of Days Gone on May 18th. So that's about 2 years after the PS4 release. And I hope that a new set of fans can and will enjoy that title. Mm-hmm. And that's the goal, right? We want to reach new gamers who haven't yet experienced the great stories and characters and worlds that we've built. Releasing games on PC will not come ever at the expense of building an exciting lineup of great console games.
So another topic that's kind of been out there recently is Japan. Do you feel that from the PlayStation Studios perspective that Japan is still a big focus for development, or are you sort of maybe considering a shift to a sort of more Western focus for game development?
Oh, no, I want to be very clear that Japanese games and Japanese talent remain extremely important to PlayStation Studios and to SIE. Japan and Asia, they're strongly associated with our legacy, with the success of Sony, the PlayStation brand. Many of our iconic PlayStation franchises were actually born in that region. I actually remember watching the PlayStation 5 Showcase event last year. It struck me how much Japanese influence there was in the games that we showed and what a key part of PlayStation DNA that is. It's one of the things that makes PlayStation different, unique in my mind. I know the potential for high-quality games from Japan and Asia. Some of the best development talent in the world is found there. You got that history of innovation, of craftsmanship and skill. You got that pride and team spirit. So we very much want to continue those traditions. We got Polyphony Digital is such an important part of the PlayStation family, making the best driving simulation games in the world. And we're building Team Asobi in Tokyo, world-class studio that are developing a franchise for all ages, global appeal, such a creative team. And then alongside Asobi, we will continue to maintain and build partnerships through our external development team. So I'm really, really excited about the future of PlayStation games from Japan and Asia. I'm actually grateful for the interest and passion and support for our Japanese teams.
No, that's great to know. And perhaps this is a redundant question, but it seems maybe like it's safe to assume we haven't seen the last of Astrobot.
Well, I hope not. I love that guy.
Very good. All right. Well, Hermen, that was a lot of questions for you. Thanks for just sort of sharing your thoughts and just sort of the overall direction on PlayStation Studios. I'm sure we'll be talking again in the months ahead.
Thanks for having me, Sid.
All right. So, as you guys heard, everything when it comes to the posts and everything, I don't know what's going through some of you guys' head, and this is quite interesting to say the least. I would definitely say that. So what's going through you guys' head after you heard that 20-minute literal interview with Hermen Hulst, head of Worldwide Studio? He touched up on everything, right? PC, and they're going to release PC stuff, when they get ready to. And you guys understand as well that from a business standpoint that they're going to develop games for PS5 and for PS4. It's business at the end of the day. E-Game, thank you so much for the subscription. Make sure you turn on that notification bell. Welcome to the channel. I know when Xbox said this a while back, a lot of people was mad and getting upset and this and that. And the reason why they start putting a lot of their stuff on PC. Now a lot of people are starting to understand right now that it's a business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And you got to do what's best for your business. And so this is what PlayStation is doing. They're not just generally want to be focused on the like hardware, like console, you know, per se. They really want to kind of just branch out into other areas on mobile and also, you know, PC as well. So there's just some other things to kind of, you know, kind of bear in mind, I guess, when you're looking at this whole situation. No, a lot of people are upset. I get it. You know, people are like, oh, well, Horizon is on PS4. God of War is on PS4. Gran Turismo is on PS4. So it's just a lot of different things to kind of look at, you know what I'm saying, and then kind of see and kind of gauge certain things. But yeah, you know, this is just the reality right now. All right, so we're at the Q&A portion. If you guys have any questions that you guys want to be answered during the main show, feel free to drop it on me. You could tag me at MarlonGamingNation so the orange can pop up, or you could do super chats, or whatever you guys may want to do, or you could donate in the description with your question. So any question based off of everything that you've seen today. Did you enjoy the main show? I try to do a very, very good job to be thorough and to be straightforward and to be direct with the topics that we have on the show. I says, do you think people should wait to be certain games until they get a PS5? I'm not understanding what you're saying. I mean, you can wait. I'm guessing what you're saying, should people wait to get a PS5? Yeah, you can wait. If those next gen features does not apply to you, then you can wait. Switch Pro, it would be nice to get a Switch Pro, because obviously a lot of developers were complaining about the regular Switch and saying that it's not powerful enough. And now you see a lot of developers are jumping on Switch because of the install base and because of how many people have a Switch right now. But yeah, Switch Pro would be great. Switch Pro would be great. I mean, we're approaching the end of the life cycle of the Switch. I mean, we're in the 4th year now, so it makes sense for a Pro version. Yeah, so I'm not going to get my hopes too high, but hey, we'll see what happens. It says, is there any news or any change for Metal Gear Solid Remake to show up? It's a possibility we might see it. You enjoyed the stream? Thank you. Jose says, sorry, I was halfway through. Hey, you good, Jose? As long as you're here, you're good. Double J07 says, I just have one question. PS5 gaming storage, supposedly this month. Keep your fingers crossed, sometime this month Sony might announce it. It says, please try and read my last comment, please. Yeah, your comment was a little kind of confusing. He says, do you think people should wait to buy certain games until they get PS5? Yeah, that's why I said I did answer your question. He says, that's a way we can all show Sony we only want PS5 games. If we boycott cross-gen games on PS4, what do you think? I mean, whether you boycott or not, you know what I'm saying? Sony going to do what they're going to do. So it don't even really matter if you boycott. It's either you're going to buy the game or you're not, right? Is you going to buy it for PS4 or you're not? Or you're just going to buy it for PS5? Does anyone find that the vibration of the PS5 controller is weak? Not to me. It says, any thoughts on Nintendo E3? Yeah, I think it's going to be very good. 40 minutes, it's going to be good. Great show today, very informative. Thank you so much. I try to do the best I can. It says, are you ready for Xbox E3 11 days? I can't wait, dude. Cannot wait. Definitely cannot wait. Does anyone find it? Yeah, already on answer. Yeah, for me, not so much. It says, I read rumors from Konami are working on. Yeah, that's rumors, though. I wouldn't invest too much in rumors. It says, do you believe that would be bad if Horizon doesn't release this year? Yeah, it will be bad because God of War is not coming. So we were hoping automatically that Horizon will drop. It says, I didn't mind. It says, I don't mind about cross-gen games. I've got a PS4. Yeah, I got a PS4 too, so I don't care. None of this is bothering me. I got a PS4. So if I want to play set title on PS4, I can do it. So it's okay, bro. It's definitely okay. I'm not losing sleep about stuff being cross-gen because I understand it's a business at the end of the day. June 11th. Yes, June 11th. Is it true that Battlefield 6 will be in World War III? I don't know. I don't even know where it's taken. What what time setting is taking place. It's going to be a great E3 show. Yeah, most definitely. Can't wait. It says, did you see... I'm sorry. Do you think we'll see Babylon fall at E3? It's possible. I kind of already knew that it was going to be delayed. Exactly. And be cross-gen. There you go. So there's no need to be mad. It says, Marlon and Sony screwing up to see they're not perfect. Give Microsoft a break. No company is perfect, man. Any idea on how much a Switch Pro? I think they said it's going to be the same price as the original Switch, like $300 or something. I'll be shocked if it's $400. But who knows? God of War would not sell more on PS5 because there's not really a lot of people with PS5s. There's more people with PS4. And so that's why they're doing it. And they don't want to alienate people with PS4. So that's why. So you could boycott all you want. But, you know, there's more people with PS4s than PS5s. So that wouldn't work. It says, I really don't mind if it's on PS4 too, as long as they are good games. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, bro. As long as they're good games. And Marlon, do you think Xbox will have 2 shows this year? Yeah, they said Bethesda. You talking about this year in general? Oh, maybe. Yeah, they might have something in the fall. It says, I don't know why some companies don't care what the fans want. I get stressed. I'm almost lost my hair since college. Please don't, man. Please don't. Says, what do you think about a good enough game that Sony would have put out if Horizon doesn't launch? I'm pretty sure they have to have something strong to fill those games, you know, to fill the void of, you know, Horizon not being able to come out, and of course God of War. They have to do something. You know what I'm saying? They have to have some existing franchises that are in development that we don't know, or some remakes or something. They got to do something. Miles Morales sold more on PS5. I believe Horizon will too. There you go. PS5 games versus Xbox games till year end 2021. Who wins? Hey, that's up for debate. We got to see what the games look like though. Oh, they said $3.99. Oh, okay. J-Dub is a shill with the $10. Says, we believe in generations. SSD expansion. I don't understand why so many folks don't see this coming. Exactly. 120 million PS in the wild, folks. Seriously, thought Sony would leave that money on the table? Yeah, exactly. Not going to happen. J-Dub, thank you so much for the $10. Somebody that understand business and understand how business works. Like, I mean, you think they were just going to leave 120 million gamers stranded? That's not good. If I had a business and I have 120 million fans, you think I would desert them for, you know, something new that I'm developing? And not everybody can get their hands on it. Like, let's say if I'm developing a new piece of hardware or a new piece of tech, and say out of that 120 million, only 8 million people are interested in that new product at this moment. Not because, say if demand wasn't in the equation, but in this case, you know, demand and is very high, and obviously we're dealing with a pandemic as well. You know what I'm saying? So they can't produce enough. So production is obviously a problem and meeting the demand. But it's just, I wouldn't desert 120 million people. I would do everything in my power to make everybody happy, to make PlayStation 5 fans happy, and to make PlayStation 4 fans happy. That's what I would do. And just PlayStation fans in general. But at the end of the day, it's about business. It's about business at the end of the day. Thank you so much, J-Dub, for the $10 donation. I definitely do appreciate you guys. Thank you. I mean, we still got to understand that there's a pandemic going on. So what to do? It says, when Blue Point gonna show up there June 11th? I don't know, man. It says only when PlayStation does it. It says, do you believe the next state of play would be in August, or I think it will be way beforehand, but I wouldn't put it past Sony. They might make us wait, which is fine. It says they think all games will be cross-gen. So outrageous. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not going to be, everything is not going to be cross-gen, bro. I'm telling you. He says, I had to be stressed because I am already depressed without those favorite games. That's why. Don't be stressed, man. Stress is not good for your health. Just stay strong. You know what I'm saying? Stress is not good for your health. We got to stay healthy. We got to keep our mind, body, and soul and spirit healthy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He says, look behind you. It's my Returnal CD flying, waiting for that save mode, bro. I understand. It says, when it comes to games and business, some people will never be satisfied. Of course. Same thing with Microsoft when they start putting everything on PC and everything. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Yes, we're going to be doing Twitch today. We're definitely going to be doing Twitch today. So don't worry on that particular front. We're definitely going to be doing that. All right. So I appreciate you guys, man, for coming in and for supporting the show. Yeah, we're going to hit Twitch at around, say, 5:30. I'm going to try to aim for 5:30 today for Twitch and such. So most definitely. Any more questions? Peace. What's going on, brother? Hey, Rich, what's going on? It says Battlefield is the ninth for Battlefield. It says, I don't know why the big fuss at all. The same people complaining about cross-gen are the first ones to see the gameplay trailer and say this is day one. That's why I said they're still going to buy the game regardless. So whether or not they're sitting there talking about, oh, this and oh, that and oh, this and getting up in arms and this and that, like, bro, like, stop the cap. He says, not random unwanted games. That what is paining me. Oh, man, don't let it. Just stay strong, man. Sifu is supposed to be dropping sometime this year. He says, I'm going to whoop you in Vulture Fighter. Oh, yeah. All right. Hey, make sure you follow us out on Twitch. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. If for people who haven't been following us out on Twitch, you want to game with us, you want to hang with us, you want to have a good you want to have a good time with us? Yeah. You want to have a good time with us? Yeah. Go ahead and follow us out on Twitch, man. Subscribe, all that good stuff, man. You guys know the vibes. We have crazy fun out there on Twitch. He says, I'm intrigued for Abandon. Hope we'll see some gameplay. Yeah, really soon. Download the app. I think it's called the Game Hub or something like that. Oh, man. I don't even know if y'all remember. What's his name again? Cheddar Bomb from 8 Ball. You want to mess with us? Yeah. You want to mess with us? Huh? You want to mess with us? Yeah. You want to mess with us? Huh? You want to mess with us? Yeah. You want to mess with us? Huh? Ah, man. Ah, man. Oh, man. Shoot. Oh, man. That was too hilarious, man. I tell you the truth. Too freaking hilarious. Oh, man. Oh, man. He said, really, Marlon? You want a mini freestyle, huh? He said, cut the cringe. He said, all these salty puppets talk. Wait, somebody at my door? Hold on, guys. Straight from the VA. What up? So the cops was at the door, but he had his mask on and everything. I was in the house, and he was asking. I don't know if y'all heard. Yeah, but hey, we good. He was trying to find a Miss Moore, and I was like, okay. I said maybe next door or something like that. But yeah, I opened the door. I was like, what the heck? But he had his mask on and he was way over the other side. But you heard him, right? Yeah. So I was like, what in the world is going on, bro? I was like, what in the world is going on? Says, I'm pissed. No God of War. If Horizon gets canceled. Let me see here. It says, still glad got my PS5. Oh, okay. It says they're looking for Jim Ryan. You better stop. Talk about they looking for Jim Ryan. Man. Talk about they looking for Jim Ryan. All right, guys. Anything else that you guys want me to do before I go? I appreciate you guys, man. Definitely appreciate you guys. Anything else you guys want me to do before we go? Secret Server checking it on you. Y'all funny as crap, man. Anything else y'all want me to do before I go? We'll be streaming out on Twitch at 5:30. All right. I love you guys, man. Be blessed. Be easy. I appreciate y'all, man. Put God first, everything last. It says kick a quality freestyle. Y'all want a freestyle? Y'all want a freestyle? Y'all always want a freestyle before I go. He says, you said that the last. Sean, what up, man? Is that what y'all want? Y'all want a freestyle? All right. Let's go. All right. Let's go. Let's give y'all something, man. I don't know. I'm gonna pick something. I'm gonna pick the Get Hype beat. I need something a little bit more upbeat. Yo, check it out. Yo. I'm chilling with Cheddar Bob. You want to mess with us? Yeah, we want to mess with you. Coming through. You already know. Roll up with the top down. With the PS fans. Xbox, you know the crown coming through. Zoom right past 220 on the dash. That's a matter of fact. I'm a God of War. I'm Kratos. Yeah, I'm God of War. I cut through anything with my freaking axe. Come through with the freaking bow. That's a fact. Redo. Lyrical molester. Never drive a compressor. I'm the best you ever freaking test. I tell you nothing lesser. Cause I'm a reacting. Jumping around. Doing nice things. Stinging like a bee under the tree. I got your girls under the sheet. But better yet, let me scratch that dog. I'm a beast. Hey. Yes, sir. I don't know. My computer messed it up, man. My computer messed it up. My computer messed. I don't know why. I thought the beat was playing the whole time. Hold on. There we go. I don't know. No freaking beat. I don't know, bro. All right. Hey, man. hey. We had to drop it on him, man. All right, check it out. Let's get it poppin', shoulder freaking stopping, coming through like a rock. hold up. Let's go. Let's do it again, man. All right. Check it out. Coming through, spitting fire. Coming through, I ain't a liar. Check me out, you know what I'm about. I rep the South, take my name out your mouth. Texas, tatted on my back. I'm banging that zero, man, you know I will react, cause I'm coming in. I'm doing nice thing, tell your friends to jump in. Yeah, it's about to be a whirlwind, cause I'm chilling. I'm doing it off the dome, man, I don't need a paper pad, cause I'm chilling. We doing this thing right now, E3. Sony, Nintendo, Xbox, you already know. It's time to go. I'm crazy, I'm like a crack addict. I'm back at it, I'm about to snap back at it. Knock your teeth down your throat, you know what I'm about. I'm real tough, you know I'm from the South. I eat my collard greens, cornbread, fried chicken. Let me stop. Love y'all, man. Be blessed, be easy. Y'all already know what time it is, man. You already know what it was, man. It's your boy, man. I see y'all later, man. Take it easy, man. I see y'all on Twitch, man. Peace. Let go.